everybody. Oh my gosh, today has been a day. So today's vlog is going to be a bit different because it is currently 6:15 in the evening. And you would have probably just seen a lovely little montage of this morning making a tea, looking through my recipe book to see what to bake. And now it's 6:15 and I haven't baked or anything. We're going to be doing that in a minute. But basically I had to go for an ultrasound scan today and I had to have another type of one done than I thought I was going to have. So that took a bit longer. Also then getting home was a nightmare because the bus that I had to get, so basically it parks on the other side of the road and then it comes round the roundabout to you and then up that way. It didn't, it just went straight today. And it wasn't supposed to, but for some reason, I don't know if you forgot to turn or what. So I ended up having to walk home and it's just been, things have taken a lot longer than I thought. Can't really complain because first world problems, isn't it? Like, it's not that big of a deal. But it was just a bit like, ugh, especially because like, it was just a lot and I felt very overwhelmed after the scan and everything. So today's vlog hasn't been like a daily vlog. We're just going to do a little evening vlog. We're going to bake. That might be about it. But we've got Bake Off on tonight. We have got Bake Off on tonight. So there's a silver lining, isn't there? Always a silver lining. I just wanted to quickly like come on and let you know before we get into baking that that is the deal today. Like, yeah, I'm looking very worse for wear. Look at the hair. Look at it. I did have it styled, then walked home and got a bit windswept, so I can't do that. Well, yeah, I can. We're indoors, it's fine. So today we're going to be baking scones, however you want to pronounce it. I'm using the book from Jane's Patisserie. I will link that down below. If I can find the recipe, I'll also link that down below as well as the book. But yeah, let's go bake these because I need to hurry up. They're going to be, I'm going to put sultanas in them and we're going to have them with some raspberry jam while watching Bake Off. It'll be lovely. So the only thing I didn't realise was that in this recipe it does say to use buttermilk. I didn't realise that, so we've just got just normal standard milk, but that should be fine. I would have thought so. Oh look, you can make your own buttermilk by mixing 200 ml of full fat milk. I've got semi-skimmed, so we'll just work with that. So you need, so you need 350 grams of self-raising flour, 100 grams of chilled unsalted butter cubed, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, 50 grams of caster sugar, 200 ml of buttermilk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then 1 egg beaten for the glazing. So it looks pretty simple, like the instructions, there's barely any instructions. So let's get doing this. So a self-raising flour, butter, baking powder and salt, and rub the mixture together with your fingertips to get the breadcrumb texture. Okay, oh, I hate doing anything like that. The rings, I guess, are coming off. Trying to be as mess free with this baking as possible because I don't have the time to be clearing loads of stuff up. 350 grams is a lot. I've nearly used the whole pot of flour. Okay, so we'll pop that in to our big bowl. You can't really see what I'm doing because of the camera angle, but the kitchen is the worst place to film. It's in a really rushed way, so I'm not sure how these are gonna come out. I mean, it does say on the recipe that it only takes 20 minutes to prep. So it does also say that you can do this bit in a food processor, like pulse it to make breadcrumbs, but my food processor is just so unnecessarily loud. I don't want to deal with that today. And you need, what else? So self-raising butter, baking powder and salt. Baking powder and salt is all we need now in here. Can I get this open? Oh! Thought that was going to go everywhere then. So you need a teaspoon of baking powder and a pinch of salt. I'm going to estimate a teaspoon of baking powder. Probably shouldn't, but here we are. And then a pinch of salt. So I'm literally just going to do a like that. Hopefully that wasn't too much. All of our things in here into the bowl, and then you're just going to do this basically until it resembles breadcrumbs. Basically like apple crumble. That's all the best I can do. It's all like crumbled up. And then it says to stir in the caster sugar. So we need 50 grams of caster sugar. Oop, that's a bit too much. Mix that in. I guess while trying not to like make it too lumpy, seeing as we've just put it into breadcrumbs. I don't know. Oh no, look, that's fine. And then add the milk and stir, combine, and then knead slightly to bring together. So add the milk and then basically bring it into a dough. So how much milk is it? 200 mils of milk. There we go. Add that. If you want vanilla extract, I don't actually have any, then this would be the time you put the vanilla extract in. Okay. Is that basically it for like, yeah. Imagine making just one massive scone. Oh, and of course I'm adding the fruit in, which I feel like I should have done first, but that's fine. Just adding sultanas in. This is just for plain scones, but I guess you can add anything in. Well, I'm hoping you can anyway. Oh my gosh, I haven't had raisins in ages. That was actually very simple. It makes me feel like I've almost done something wrong because it seems too easy. Ma, do you think I should add in more sultanas or? That'd be okay, wouldn't it? This never comes off either. So now that's made, we've got that made into a little dough. And sprinkle some extra flour onto a work surface and turn the dough out onto it. Gently roll it out or press it down until... I'm just going to literally like form them into a ball and push them down because they don't need to be all neat and tidy, and hopefully that works. I don't actually have baking paper, so I'm just going to put some butter and flour onto the trays. So all I'm going to do is now put these into little balls and pop them onto the baking trays, and then they have to be cooked. Oh, I'm going to then put a little bit of like beaten egg over the top and put them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes. It doesn't take as long as I thought. And then leave them to cool for 20 minutes. And then I'll show you how they come out and how they taste. That literally looks exactly the same as Monster House. What the hell? Like, you can't tell me that's not similar. What? Also, update, I found Monster House, you can buy it on Sky Store for like $3.99, so at least we've got somewhere to watch it, because you can't, it says Netflix, but it doesn't actually let you watch it on Netflix. So I'm just in the middle of watching Bake Off and I'm gonna have my scone and cup of tea. Now this is what they look like. They remind me more so of rock cakes than scones, but this is what they've turned out like. Put some jam. We have where is it? So I'm going to make a cup of tea and I'm going to pop on some raspberry jam and some butter. And hopefully they taste nice. They're still a little bit warm, which is nice. You can see it did kind of crumble a bit, like it didn't cut very good. But let's try this little piece here. Mmm. That's really good. The jam's really nice as well. I don't normally have raspberry jam. I feel like it's kind of a good thing that they're crumbly. No, because like if I buy them from the shop, they normally crumble a bit. So I'm gonna just take that as a win. But yeah, very nice. I'm so excited to bring you guys along to our little Halloween shopping day tomorrow. That's going to be a lot more fun than this vlog. A little bit of the complete opposite. But I'm just going to sit and do our quote of the day. I'm going to be so sad. I know it's only just, we're on the 3rd week of Bake Off, but I'm going to be so sad when it ends because I just love it so much. Like, oh my gosh, it brings me just so much comfort and like coziness. I love it. Let's have a look at our quote of the day today. Okay, so don't rush things. To be fair, you shouldn't, unless you literally like have to, because obviously there is some certain circumstances where you have to rush things quite literally, but things that don't need to be rushed, but in your brain you're like, oh my god, like I need to get this and this done, just try and like, because I actually was in a situation a couple of days ago where I was rushing about trying to get loads of things done, and then I sort of sat back in the evening and was like, why was I panicking and why was I rushing about trying to do all these things? I didn't need to be rushing that. It doesn't need to be done till a long time. Like, don't put so much pressure on yourself to rush things. Also in really big like circumstances of like big milestones or things like that, you don't need to rush them. There's no time frame at all. Take your time, do what's best for you, go in your direction. Don't rush to do what you think the next best thing is or what everyone else is doing. Just try and take your own path. If that means going a bit slower, okay, that's fine. You know, we're not in a race. Whoever said we were in a race? Nobody's in a race. You know, we're all just on our own little paths of life, and that's absolutely fine. So when you can, just try to sort of take a step back and look, go, we don't need to be running full force at everything. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope it was okay. It's been like, for me, it's been such a busy day, and I'm very excited to get into bed, and I'm very excited to do all the Halloween shopping tomorrow. It's going to be a little sister day shopping, which I'm very excited about. We're going to lots of different places. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're all well, and I will see you tomorrow for Vlogtober day 9. Bye.